this goes out to all the survivors in the room, in between that. I wish someone had told me I would get out of the burning house, or that I had already escaped a long time ago and it lived on only in my muscles and my mind. I wish someone had handed me the word survivor, placed it in my palms like a blossom or a drill, told me to build altars and hang hinges carefully. I wish they had told me I could stand up any time, open the door, and leave. It's 1986. I'm lying on my back in a hot room. My father blocks the door and tells me fairy tales with cruel endings. Goldilocks shut in a closet and forced to eat beetles by her parents after she gets lost in the woods. He leans over to kiss me on the lips where I don't want to be kissed. He wishes me good night again. It's 2006. I'm lying on my back in a room with red velvet curtains, walls covered in fairies and pelts. Lying on the table of a psychic named Sue, whose hands know things I can't explain. She touches my shoulders and asks where I am. In space. Asteroids, comets, a large silence of almost nothing. That far away? No wonder I can't find you. My eyes are closed and I can't tell if I'm sinking or floating. You haven't chosen to stay on this earth yet, have you? No. 26 years and counting. I wish someone had told us that the years spent journeying back and forth across in-between land would not be a waste, that the miles and the blizzards could not be avoided, that we would find the necessary roads, the necessary words, the mystery between them both. I wish that they had told us about earthquakes, that we were not crazy, that sometimes the unspeakable erupts out of the fault lines in your spine, that the body stops shaking, the ground stops buckling despite aftershocks, despite fire. Eventually something settles. Water turns clear, birds come back in the morning. You choose earth, you make breakfast, and you go on. My best friend and I used to talk about choosing earth and sky. We traveled between borders, leading workshops for survivors who had known rocks that whispered, billboards who shout, conspiracies and cosmic truths, electric hearts impaled on apocalypse sunsets over ruined cities and paper mountains, speaking myths that evaporate like water off hot pavement when you finally come down into the world of toothpaste and toilet paper, fathers and sons, appointments, diagnoses, mania, psychoses, but we knew. We were just caught trying to fly out of the mazes built by kings and corporations, where your wings melt when you finally get over the sea. When we would mention keeping one foot in both worlds, everyone in the room would exhale. Eyes like fireflies switching on at dusk. Permission. This too is real. In between land, both. You don't have to choose between your sanity and the ruthless night. It's 2012 now, and I am lying on the floor of a small room, while a therapist in a black muscle tee emblazoned with hope in white letters draws infinity symbols over my eyes. I follow her fingers and I freeze, as usual, until the images come. The shadow shapes of men, my father leaning over thick stories, heat, suddenly the impulse to roll onto my side, stand up, open the door, and leave. For the first time ever, I do. Outside, the world is big as snow, bright as a waxing moon, full of people. My hands are full of tools, my eyes are full of horizon. I am enormous, a child landing in an adult's